I can't believe this. My visa did not arrive in time for Vietnam, so I had to pay $200 for a rushed visa service, and then I got on the train and they sent me my visa while I was on the train. So I got two visas and one I didn't even need to pay for. I've been in Tokyo for the past few days for work, and I thought this would be the perfect timing for me to go on a little vacation. I'm flying Air Macau, which I've never flown before, and people were lining up an hour before check-in, so I was like, I'm not doing that. I went and got food. Oh, also, this is working out perfectly because I've been to Hanoi before, I've been to Ho Chi Minh before, but I've never been to Da Nang. It's different from the other cities in Vietnam. It's more like a beach vibe city, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Every time I come to Narita, I see this chair just roaming around for passengers to sit in. Oh my god, it was this moment when I realized I left my belt in the bin at TSA and I couldn't go back for it because we were boarding the plane and I wouldn't have been able to board if I went back and got my favorite belt. Oh, I'm also really excited about this trip because I splurged on a resort, which I've never done for myself before. I had no idea that one of Macau's official languages was Portuguese. Everything was in Portuguese. I don't know how I never knew this. Also, this plane, we didn't have individual TVs. We had like shared TVs and they were playing Chinese movies the whole time. This was a brutal 5-hour flight to Macau, but when we landed, I was like, what is going on here? I've heard that Macau is known as like the Las Vegas of Asia. Apparently, there's a bunch of casinos and that's why everything's gold. However, this did not reflect in the airport. Like, this airport was so bad. It did have a lounge, which I checked out, but it was not giving. Like, nothing at this airport was giving. I went and bought Skittles for myself. I just can't even lie, y'all. This is one of the worst airports I've ever been to, and I did not expect that. Anyway, after an hour at the airport, we have like an hour-and-a-half flight to Da Nang, Vietnam. There was only one other American on this flight, and he was also on my flight from Tokyo to Macau, so we ended up talking because he was sitting right in front of me. He was like, I live in Da Nang, and I was like, I live in Japan, so basically we're doing the opposite thing right now. Does that make sense? Off the plane, got through immigration, and for some reason my bag was just sitting off the belt. This airport was so nice, which I did not expect. It was like a complete 180 from Macau. It reminded me of the other airports that I've been to in Vietnam. Like, they put plants everywhere. They just really add a Vietnamese touch. The only downside to all of this was the fact that I was getting here at like 11 p.m. And then I had a 30-minute grab to the resort, but once I got to the resort, I was like, oh, I'm in for a treat. Come to find out, this is like a Korean resort in Vietnam. I didn't even know it was Korean. But they put me on a golf cart. They took me to my room. They brought my bag for me. This made me so excited to wake up in the morning. I'm gonna go to the pool, have a good time. I'm in Vietnam.